If you were given an equation like this, would you solve this in the NOOB way, in the pro way, or in the hacker way? I want to know. Maybe the NOOB would solve this equation like this. He knows the properties of multiplication and he knows the distributive property. So he would multiply this 7 by x, 7x, the 7 by the 7, so 49, minus 2 times x, minus 2x, and minus 2 times 7, minus 14. Everything is equal to 50. And now he knows that x operates with x and the terms without the x would operate between them. So it's going to be 7 minus 2x, 5x. 49 minus 14 is plus 35. Everything equals to 50. And now realize, you have to realize that we have to subtract 35 on both sides because our goal is to leave the x all alone in one side of the equation to find the x value. X equals something. So to isolate the x, we have to subtract both sides by 35. And this is going to be 5x. 35 minus 35 is 0, so the 35 disappears from here, and the 15 minus 35 is 15. And now, to leave the x alone, we have to divide by 5 on both sides, because the 5 is multiplying by x. Now, 5 divided by 5 is 1, so you have only the x, and 15 divided by 5 is 3. So the answer is going to be 3. This is the NOOB way. It takes a long time to solve this kind of equation. Maybe you, who is watching me now, maybe you would solve in the pro way. Because the pro, he dominates equations. He knows how to solve it. So maybe he would think like this. I'm sure you would think like this. 7 minus 2 is 5. So you will have 5 times x plus 7 equals 50. Now, instead of applying the distributive property, he knows that this 5 is multiplying everybody. So he can take this 5 and pass it to the other side of the equation. So the inverse operation of multiplication is division. So x plus 7 would be equal to 50 divided by 5, which is 10. And now, if we take the 7 to the other side, x would be 10 minus 7, which is 3, and it's solved very quickly in the pro way. I'm sure you would solve this in the pro way, because now the hacker is the most incredible. You can solve this equation in 2 seconds only by looking at it. You look at the equation and you solve it very quickly, because 7 minus 2 is 5, and this hacker, he knows that you have to multiply 5 by this other number here, and you would get 50. So what number must I write in the blank space to get 50? 10, because 5 times 10 is 50. So to get the number 10 here, the only possible value for the x would be 3, because 3 plus 7 is 10. So this is very quickly. Very, very quick, very, very fast method of solving this kind of equation. So what do you prefer? Or better asking you, how method would you apply to solve this kind of equation? The NOOB way, the pro way, or the hacker way? I prefer always the hacker way, because you solve this equation in like 2 seconds. Amazing. So, if you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, Procopio, the Math Hacker. And see you next class. The board is all yours for you to print the screen. Thank you. See you next class.